This DM exchange plays out almost exactly like a Clash Royale match, with Jinxy running his giant graveyard deck against Riley. The opening move is bold and way too straightforward. Come over. That's like dropping a giant in the back at the start of the match. No setup, no bait cards, just straight into the action. Riley instantly sees what's coming and starts setting up her defense. Then Jinxy follows up with "I'm 10 inches." That's the graveyard part of the combo, meant to catch her off guard, flood the tower, and force a reaction. The problem? Riley's defense is textbook. She drops a clean "I'm taken," which works like a perfectly timed Valkyrie dropped on top of the graveyard, wiping out every skeleton before they can do any damage. Efficient, simple, and effective. Suddenly, Jinxie's sitting at low elixir with no progress to show for it. Most players would slow down and rethink their push, but Jinxie decides to double down. He keeps the pressure going, trying to push through Riley's defense, but she doesn't flinch. Okay. And I'm still taken. That's the bowler play right there. Steady, reliable, and completely shuts down the lane. Every message he sends just gets rolled right back at him. Now he's overcommitted, out of elixir, and Riley has full control of the match. Desperate to make something happen, Jinxie plays his last card. "I'd actually make you happy." That's the poison spell, tossed out in hopes of getting a bit of chip damage. But Riley's ready for it. Instead of getting caught off guard, she drops the coldest counter possible. He already does that every night. Thanks, but no thanks. That's the tornado that activates the King Tower, perfectly timed, completely shutting down the attack and giving her permanent defense against anything he tries next. At that point, the game's already over. The King Tower's active, the defenses are solid, and Jinxie's offense has completely fizzled out. His giant graveyard bowler combo might look strong on paper, but Riley read every play like a pro. What started as a confident all-in push ended in a flawless defense and a clean 3-0 sweep. Riley didn't just win, she outplayed, outdefended, and outsmarted him every step of the way. In Clash Royale terms, it's one of those losses that makes you just sit back, stare at your screen, and wonder why you even queued up in the first place. This DM exchange plays out like a Clash Royale match between Muhammad Light, running his Mighty Miner, Evolution Wallbreakers, Miner, Poison, Gob Hut deck, and Ian77, sticking with his classic Hog Evo Musketeer 2.6 cycle deck. It's fast, technical, and full of awkward misplays from one side that end up getting hard countered with perfect precision. The match kicks off with a bold opening. "I can come remove it if you give me a quickie." That's Ian dropping his hog at the bridge on 0 elixir, hoping for a quick tower hit and maybe an early advantage. But Mo instantly recognizes the overcommitment and defends calmly. His response: "Wow, quick to sex. Not even telling me what's dragging or what caused it. Are you a mechanic?" Is the Clash Royale equivalent of dropping a Mighty Miner and flipping his ability mid lane. He completely redirects the push, burns through the hog, and leaves Ian's side scrambling to respond. It's controlled, confident, and borderline sarcastic. Textbook Muhammad Light defense. Ian tries to recover with some follow-up cards, throwing out lines like, "You hit something." Probably the cement thing in the parking spaces. That's him cycling Musketeer and Ice Spirit just to get his deck moving again. He's buying time, trying to look like he's still in control, but the board state's already flipped. Muhammad Light's counter push is brewing, Goblin Hut's down, wall breakers are split laned, and he's sitting on full elixir, waiting for the perfect moment to send in the Miner Poison combo. Then Ian tries to get cheeky again. "I could also just charge you money, but you look like the type that doesn't want to spend money." That's a last-ditch attempt at a hog plus log push into a full Mighty Miner defense with poison ready to clean up everything. It doesn't connect. Muhammad Light's elixir management is flawless. He drops the miner onto tower, poisons out the musketeer, and lets the chip damage do all the talking. No overextensions, no panic, just calm, layered pressure. By the end of the exchange, it's clear who's running the game. Ian's stuck in an awkward 2.6 cycle with nothing landing on tower, while Muhammad Light is sitting comfortably behind a Goblin Hut fortress, trading efficiently and counter-pushing with perfect timing. What started as a confident, flirtatious hog push turned into a defensive masterclass from one of the most calculated players in the game. The conversation began when Togei opened with a simple "hey," as if to test the waters, and at that moment it was like dropping an Evo Goblin Giant at the bridge. A bold opener meant to set the pace face early and force some sort of reaction. Mr. Clash Royale, caught a little off guard, didn't respond with excitement but rather with confusion, asking, "Who's this?" which in game terms was like quietly setting down an Evo Furnace in the back, a steady play that didn't overcommit but prepared to deal with whatever was coming forward. Togei didn't answer directly, instead sending, "Missed you at the gym the other day," almost like trying to distract from the real question, which felt like adding a rage spell over the Goblin Giant to speed things up without really solving the underlying situation. Clash wasn't letting that slip and typed back, yeah, that's kinda how conversations work," which had the energy of dropping an Evo baby dragon behind the furnace, spitting fire over the field to keep things grounded and remind Togei that this wasn't going to go anywhere without clarity. Togei then tried to press forward with, "Right, but I thought you'd have my number saved," acting as if the recognition should already be there, which felt like another Goblin Giant lumbering forward under rage, trying to push past the defenses without explanation. Mr. Clash, keeping cool, replied with, "Got a new phone? My apologies. Who is this? I'll save it." A response that worked like placing a golem in the back, calm, heavy, and steady, preparing for a bigger push later rather than reacting too quickly. Instead of clearing things up, Togei deflected again with, "But I don't want her to know I guess you were talking to her." A strange and confusing twist that had the same awkward energy as a rage spell dropped in the middle of nowhere, making units swing wildly without a clear purpose. Clash, tired of the vagueness, shot back with, "Okay, I literally have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Do I know you from the gym or not?" A blunt response that landed like a furnace spawning waves of fiery spirits, cutting straight into the nonsense and forcing a response. Togei finally stumbled out a last message. "Okay, talk to you tomorrow, you're..." but didn't finish the sentence, which ended the exchange with the same anticlimactic feeling as an unsupported Goblin Giant walking into a stacked defense, melting away before anything meaningful could happen. What should have been a smooth and friendly match of words turned into a messy cycle of overcommits and awkward misplays, with Togei spamming rage and Goblin Giants trying to brute force recognition, while Clash calmly leaned on his Golem, Evo Baby Dragon, and Furnace to weather the confusion and demand clear answers. In the end, the battle of conversation never built to a proper push, fizzling out with unfinished words and half-played cards, leaving the field quiet and unresolved.